In this episode, we say goodbye to Lake Bredor and our summer season. We head for open ocean and make the 250-mile brisk sail to the end of Nova Scotia at its southwestern tip. It's a chilly, sporty ride and ends with our arrival into a place that feels like the end of the world, with its barren, bleak, but ruggedly beautiful landscape.
Oh, mud. Very good holding.
Yeah, I guess we really dug in deep.
Gotta get it off in the boat.
That's what made it such a good hurricane hole.
I also lost my gloves, so worry about dirty. I'm really dirty.
Just think, honey, someday you're gonna have a washdown. Someday soon, right? Is that we're doing that in Annapolis, right?
It's being shipped next week, they said.
Yeah. So this is one of the last times you'll have to do this, hopefully.
Huh?
One of the last few times you'll have to do this.
Yeah.
Just got to make it all the way down the.
Another 1,000 miles.
Yeah.
Oh well. Done it for 3 years.
Forward. What?
I don't know what.
Maybe we lost it?
For the storm, we put a water bottle and a small string attached to the head of our anchor. So we knew the location of the anchor throughout the storm. So we could visually see where our anchor was, whether she was dragging. We wanted to retrieve it, but for some reason we don't see it anywhere right now. I don't really get how good it's saying. Also like dragging underneath our boat, you know?
Yeah, it's very odd, huh? Bye, hurricane hole. Thanks for protecting us.
I have to move the boat.
Where is it?
It's not under. It's not dragging from the water.
You lost the bottle there?
Yeah, it's pulled up now.
So much mud on there.
Close.
Oh, here it is.
Nailed it.
That was really useful.
Yeah, I like that. A little sketchy in the recovery.
We're headed to the town of St. Peter's, located at the lock we'll need to pass through to exit the lake. We plan to anchor there for the night and head to the lock in the morning. When we anchored last night, we noticed that the town of St. Peter's was pitch black. As it turns out, they lost power when Dorian came through a few days ago, and the bridge to enter the lock is out of commission.
So this bridge here, due to the Hurricane Dorian, has been put out of commission, and they're just getting it back in line today. So we are waiting anxiously at the town dock here to try to lock out of the lake so we can start heading south again.
We are finally getting through the lock. It's been kind of a crazy day today. Not sure of the status of this bridge, this electrical bridge here. So the town of St. Peter's has been without power for I guess the last 4 or 5 days. And they had trouble getting the bridge up and running due to this. So we are now making our way into the lock so they can lift us up and get us back to the ocean where we belong.
Just made it through the lock, and kind of can't believe we're on our way to be leaving Canada. But it's happening, so that lock just let us out of Lake Bredor, where we've spent the last 6 weeks or so. So it's kind of bittersweet. We really had a great time.
So it looks like everyone's escaped the lake today. You can see all those green triangles. Those are all AIS targets. It looks like there's 5 or 6 of us. All got through the lock today. The lowest forecast to be 39 in the deck today.
Tonight, rather, we are officially underway from Nova Scotia. It's a little bit brisk out here. We're both down below in the heat, watching our electronics and that kind of stuff. I think the season is ending here in Nova Scotia, so yeah. Some good sailing so far. We're at about 20 knots true, going downwind, wing on wing, as you could probably see. So we are cozy down below. Yeah, Grace is in our bed already. And yeah, I guess the sun's gonna go down shortly. It's already, it's almost 7 o'clock. Gorgeous sunset ahead.
Wow, it's a really pretty night out here.
Cold though, huh?
Yeah, I don't really want to move from where I am.
Coming out, honey? No, not for you?
No, I just like to look around, that's about it.
But you're missing the beautiful sunset.
No, I can see it.
Gorgeous.
So it is the first night of our passage, and I am on watch. Bill just went down to rest. It's almost 9 p.m. I have both my charts that I'm watching behind me. We're coastal sailing this evening, so I'm going to be looking outside quite a lot. It's a very calm and peaceful night so far. I think we have a full moon, so there's a lot of light, and that's going to be great for a night like tonight. Just got one boat that I can see here on AIS, and we are pretty close to the coast of Nova Scotia, so tonight will be a pretty active watch.
Sunrise on the water, so beautiful. And it's my first sunrise of this passage, and I couldn't be happier.
So we just ran the latest weather, and it looks like a pretty stiff southwesterly is forecast to fill in for tomorrow night. So it looks like we're going to do one more day run, and then we're going to hunker down for a couple days and continue on our journey.
Because we're still off the coast of Nova Scotia, we have the option to wait for the wind to change before we jump further offshore and make the 200-mile trip to Cape Cod.
She's so close to me.
It's freezing out there. Trying to hide behind this wing, this Dodger wing.
I'm just like crept up in my zone. It's like, what's going on?
Cold. Should not be in shorts though.
Why are you in a t-shirt and shorts right now?
Because I refuse. I'm in the eternal summer phase of my life, and I am not going to put on long pants.
Summer camp doesn't have any outfit changes, right?
Continuous summer camp. But there was a frost warning or frost advisory this morning when I woke up here, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I probably should be in long pants, but say Livy.
Meanwhile, I'm in my hoodie, and I am not moving from this location. Freezing!
So this is all Nova Scotia. We started up here in the lake. We're going to try to anchor on the very southern tip here. A place called, back here, Cap Negro Island. It's forecasted to be southwesterlies, so wind's going to be blowing like that, so we'll probably tuck in there. And then we're right on the coast, so from there, Cape Cod is only 200 miles or so, 220 miles, so yeah, so it's a little bit more civilized.
So we're basically breaking the trip up in half.
Toasting some bagels and butter. Better way to start the morning. Afternoon.
We're healed we're healed a good amount right now, right?
Yeah, the wind's blowing. It's like, that's not that much actually.
Feels like more. I guess there's some waves.
Wind's very fluky, as north winds tend to be. Starting to be evening here, but we just noticed that the full moon is rising. Grace is just waking up from a late afternoon snooze. But check out that moon. It's a full moon tonight. It's rising orange. So we're crossing over the TSS right now. Again, a traffic separation scheme like some of our earlier episodes. We don't have right of way in this though, because we're crossing.
Vessel MMSI 338-140-783. Halifax traffic 14.
This is sailing vessel Calico skies. We are crossing the TSS and I see the Queen Mary heading our way. Would you like me to divert course or do anything? Over.
Alright, switch up channel 14.
Going to 14. Halifax traffic, this is Calico skies on 14. Over.
Calico, this is requesting reduced speed or turn starboard to increase your CP.
Sorry, that was a little broken up. You'd like me to increase speed and go to starboard? Over. Can we just go back to 16 to confirm that last transmission? I think I heard starboard, but it's coming in all garbled on my end. Over. Halifax traffic, this is Calico skies. I just want to confirm that you want me to go to starboard or increase speed. I couldn't hear you on 14. Over.
Roger, request you slow down and let the Queen Mary 2 pass. Over.
Okay, copy that. I'll take in some sail. Standing by 16. That's a big ship, eh?
Hold on.
It's funny, I was just about to radio them too, eh?
I know.
And there she goes, passing safely in front of us. Came within 0.9 of a mile.
So cozy in my bed.
So there's been a bit of a shift in the weather. We held over probably 15 degrees. So we will be hanging out in a cove for a couple days till a north wind fills back in. We're not in that much of a rush to beat our brains out.
How much are we healed right now?
15 or 20?
Why does it feel like a fun house? Like it feels like we're healed like 40 degrees.
We're definitely not.
But
Yeah, what about one today?
yeah, it's
Hey, I guess this would be like gravity. What? That would be how much we're healing over.
that's way more than 15 degrees.
I guess I should go check the thing.
That's like 20. Yeah. Do something, honey.
We're healed over 20 degrees.
I knew it. That's what I just said. 20 degrees?
15 and 20. Like 17, I'd say.
Yep. I'm heating up some pancakes that we had before we left.
Or to showering.
Me too.
We have nice hot water because we've been running the engine for the last probably 5 hours. So when we get in, a nice steamy shower.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice.
I think the island we're going to has a nice like area we could hike and do maybe a little fire. So yeah, looking forward to getting in.
You can see it, right?
Moments like this where I'm glad I took the outboard off the thingy.
Yeah.
Look how close that motor would be to the water right now.
Yeah. Yeah, so we are getting very close now. We're about 4 miles away, so should be there in the next hour.
Yep.
And we can actually see land. And one of our friends that we've been sailing with this season is already there, and he says that it's absolutely beautiful. So it'll be a nice little spot to stop for 2 days and recover and wait for the wind to change back in the right direction again. Yeah. See if I can get the land. A little cloud.
Looks like a very rugged coastline here. See how rocky and rough the terrain looks.
Yeah, I know, it's kind of crazy.
I think it'll be nice to have a couple day rest. I don't know, we're not in shape for offshore sailing. That lake kind of got us spoiled, I think. Felt a little tougher than I recalled being offshore, so I think 2 days out there is good, and then we'll get back to another 2 days and get ourselves back into shape.
Agreed.
Wow, that's really awesome. I'll have to go to your port here, I guess, because that's kind of the wide open space.
Yep. And it's only going to clock to the southwest and the west and the northwest right before we leave, so.
Good morning. Glad we're out offshore. It's foggy and windy. Last night was very windy. I think we made the right decision. It's been out of the southwest the entire time, and it's just such a cool anchorage here.
This is not weather I want to be sailing in. I'm hoping that the camera is picking up this fog. But this is like the shoreline. How far away from the shoreline are we? So this is a couple 100 feet away. And you can see it was even thicker before I grabbed my camera. But what an incredible coastline here.
Kind of feels like we're in no man's land. Like, the thought that keeps coming into my head is the end of the world. Like, that's what it feels like. It's very rugged, and just otherworldly. And I'm kind of wondering if this is maybe a little bit like what Newfoundland would have felt like had we made it there.
I'm wondering if there's a surf break on the coastline there.
God,
It's been
no.
howling southwest. I have a really thick wetsuit. That's what's just going through my mind right now. Is that wrong?
It could be.
Imagine it's like a roaring surf break right there. That'd be so much fun. About to go get in the water to go clean the bottom. The water is in the 50s, the high 50s, but 50s nonetheless. But we noticed a little bit of an issue with the boat steering itself. We're not sure if it's an autopilot issue again, or if the rudder is just so fouled with growth that it's not reacting properly. We know we have a problem with our bottom paint right now. The boat hasn't been hauled out in over 2 years and probably about 14,000 miles. We have a soft paint called ablative, and what that does is as the boat moves through the water, the paint actually comes off, and the growth that's attached to the paint falls off into the water. So the problem with the soft paint, though, is after so many miles, there's no more layers of it left. We're not actually getting any bottom paint protection. Suit number 1 is on, the shorty. Try to get this thick-ass one over it now. Okay.
Have you ever worn those two together?
I don't think so. But I've gotten the shorty under other ones before.
You really are gonna float like a seal.
Oh, yeah. I can't put my arms down. I'm just gonna walk around like this.
This is so uncomfortable looking. Is that Big Bear?
Yeah. Oh. What's up, buddy?
Have fun cleaning your bottom.
Good.
Yeah?
Yep. It feels cold when you first get in, I'm not gonna lie to you. Surprisingly, I warmed up, and you work so hard doing it that within a couple minutes I was fine. Here's the compressor.
Okay.
Yeah, you restrict the growth, and they're down there eating it off the bottom as it sells.
Aww. Ooh.
Hey, let's go. Now I got distracted by playing with the lobsters. Oh man, that was quite the job. I'm starting to get a little numb,
Ooh,
but it looks much better now.
good.
I can't believe how much hard stuff we had on the hull. Almost the entire thing was covered. I'm gonna try to spring myself up onto that boarding ladder
Okay.
and onto the boat. I'm a little tired to do this.
Good job, honey. I'll sleep well tonight. Hi. Thanks for getting us.
Yeah. Let's go explore.
How's your moldy
Yeah, look at it. Felt at the bottom
white wine that you found in the bottom of the village?
Pretty gnarly, huh? What is the tide here? Like, slow winds.
Surprise, man.
I feel like this is the closest I've come to Newfoundland this year.